It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That is something from the latest release from Chastain, Surrender to No One. That is Evil Awaits Us. And Veronica, you and your bandmate and friend Pete, out of control.
Yes, I'm sorry. I can't control him. Well, I try to, but...
Well, we like the fact that he's out of control. And the fact that we can get you rolling with the punches, because I know how reserved and demure you are. But when you get to hang with the boys, you're just out of hand yourself.
I am, and it just kind of like surprises me, but I love it.
Well, the thing is, I think what's going to go down in the Classic Metal Show history after 20 years is we had you weighing your boobs live on the show. You were literally weighing your boobs on a scale.
And I was like, all serious. I was like, I can't move now, because it's a scale that I use to weigh like the helmets and everything that, all the stuff that I sell. So
helmets, you mean what?
No, like the motorcycle helmets. My shipping stuff, you ass.
Well, there's never.
And so I had to like lay a breast on there. It was a little bit different for me, and it's very accurate. So it'll like keep scanning until it gets an accurate reading. So I'm trying not to move, and I'm talking to you, and but I got the weight, and they're very uneven.
What's more, a boob or a helmet? I'm just asking. I don't know. Helmets aren't that heavy.
If they about to weigh
I'm gonna cry. One of them weighs the same amount.
There you go. It's like wearing a boob on your head.
Oh my God! I never thought about it that way. Is that?
It's by this helmet. It's like wearing my
ounces. That's not pounds.
It's like wearing my boob on your head.
I can just see that on the shipping invoice. This one weighs 3/4 of a tit.
Oh, you're so rude. Just, I want to talk to my friend. I don't want to talk to you.
Right. Well, speaking of your friend, someone who's no stranger to the Classic Metal Show, who's been with us before, and she's back after a hiatus, and she's back with a Chastain release. And your friend, who you introduced us to actually when you were hanging out at your house last year.
Tell your friends that, honey.
I would like to welcome back to the Classic Metal Show, Leather Leone. Welcome back, Leather.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here with Veronica, my pal, and be a little more sober than last time.
No.
No, thanks. It's great to be here. How's everyone? Okay?
Good. Good.
Yeah.
Well, you know what fans we are of yours, Leather, and we're always happy to have you on the show. And, if it wasn't for our good friend V basically making the connection with you, I don't know that we would have had you on for the third time.
That's true. She's getting a 10% kickback, and things are really going really well. Yeah.
Well, she needs it because of her Kickstarter campaign to fund that, that multi-million-dollar production deal that she needs for her solo record.
Well,
according to our friend,
in her defense, Kickstarter. I actually failed incredibly on Kickstarter, but people are doing very well on it. And if anybody can, she can. I mean, some people are really raking it in on Kickstarter.
No question about that. Well, Leather, you've been actually, since the release of the Chastain record, you've been fairly active out there as far as playing, but not with Chastain. But not playing with Chastain. You've been out playing.
Right.
I see that you're playing here and there, and you played with Doro and different things.
Yes.
Let's get to the obvious question: why is there no Chastain shows?
Chastain is not interested in touring any longer. He never really was, and I was so young and ignorant at the time that I didn't realize that he, being Leviathan, he was putting out all the money. He was losing all the money. We never had any tour support, so he was only really doing it because there were women in every city, and he's told me that often, many times. He never really liked leaving the country. He is really happy sitting at home running his label. He does really well. And we actually have a joke that's going on right now that he doesn't want to tour, but I am blessed enough as some people will accept me as the voice of Chastain. So he's like, you go out and tour, you go out and do all the legwork, and I'll sit at home and sell the catalog. So he just doesn't want to tour. And he never did want to tour. So now is a really, it's doubly frustrating, but I think after all this time, I really get it. He's not interested at all, of course, unless Sabbath calls or something. But when I was young, he blew a couple tours that other bands got that, really broke them, and I didn't have that opportunity. But I get it. He doesn't want to tour, so over and over again, I would like to go out and play as much as I can, before I leave the planet. So I'm having some opportunities, and I'm going to grab it. I'm really blessed that people want to hear me, without him, but they do. So
damn
it's
straight.
Okay.
Go ahead, V.
No, I said that's damn right. No, you're doing great. Keep going.
I have a million.
And I got to tell you, the guitar. I have played
questions.
with I played with a guitar player in Brazil who is actually kind of really insecure and freaked out about that stuff because David has this level that everyone is like, oh my god. I mean, I know he's a good guitar player, but I think there's a lot of good guitar players out there, and I don't think speed is necessarily what you judge guitar playing on, but people do because he came out in that shredding era. And he would really be a little flipped out at the time, but honestly, we would play 2 songs and people would be like, David who? So, it's good. He wrote most of the material, which God bless him because that's what people want to hear me do. But yeah, I do okay on my own. It's all good. It's good.
Are you then gonna put together like another project that is your project, and with an actual band that you're building, or what?
Well, it's interesting you say that. I don't know. I now at least, thank God, have a band in Brazil that's ready to travel, and I have never done well in this country. Even at my peak, people really never gave a fuck about me. It was always overseas and down south. I don't know. Chastain was actually even saying that to me, saying you should just start a whole different thing and not even use your name. And I don't know. My life is different now. There's bills to pay. I tried it with the Sledge Leather thing, which was just another outlet that I'm not even really that pleased with any longer. I don't know. It does kind of bother me. I was going to say V can probably understand this, but I think V is more involved in the writing of Benedictum, and Chastain I'm really not. People want to hear Chastain's ideas, so I don't know. It depends on what opportunities I get. I'm working on another Chastain record now, so I can probably milk it a little longer, and I say that in a very loving way. I don't know. I get offers every day, but I kind of have a level that I want to stay on. Mm-hmm. And everything, the offers I get are below that, so I'm just, taking what I got and running with it.
Right. Do you think that it's fair, though, that you're always compared as a part of, or not compared, but that you're always listed as a part of Chastain, and specifically where you said that David wrote so much of that music and you sang it, Again, I'm a fan. I'm not in a band. I'm a fan, but I always think that the singer of the band wants to write the material.
Well, in my case, that's where you're really wrong because I write a lot. I am not a prolific writer. I don't feel I've always needed help. I need to sit in a room with a guitar player. I'm not a good songwriter. I can't necessarily write what I hear. And I've always been okay from the first time I heard Chastain. It was okay, and people have to understand, just because you don't write the material, it doesn't mean that it's not your song. I turn down many things that he writes. I change everything that he writes. So just because he builds the skeleton of it, he couldn't just do that with anybody else, so I'm okay with that. It's me and him. And I'm okay with it. Like I said, unless Iommi calls me or I have this, Veronica knows, we always talk about Jimmy Durkin, our friend from Dark Angel. I'm really okay with it. I'm not a great songwriter. I am an interpreter, is the way I look at it. So, in the songs for the new record, that some we kept from what we wrote last year, and there's some new stuff, but he just fucking knows me. He knows my attitude. He knows my opinions. He knows my religions. He knows everything about me. So, it's like ebony and ivory. It just really works for us.
Well, Kate, Leather.
Oh, okay.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we're gonna. Okay. Can I step in here? You got more.
I don't trust that laugh.
Because you're on a roll, Chris. It's all good.
Go ahead.
No,
You're an ass, just the same.
Seriously, Leather, I'm just fucking with you. You participated in the Doro 30th anniversary show. What was the highlight for that for you?
Being on stage with Veronica Freeman and that guitar player that I didn't even know who he was. I'm sorry, Steve. Who's that guy at the end? And the guy from the Plasmatics.
Jean.
It was just really cool for me to be considered to be in that group of people. It was a blast. It was all really professional. It went way too quickly. I really don't know Doro. You know, we came out in the same time. Doro got signed from the beginning. Doro made it. Doro got many tours that I had passed on. She was just one of the blessed people. I had a really good time. And as Veronica knows, they made me feel really much at home. But they're friends of hers. They were wonderful. I was really glad just to be part of celebrating her. You know, I mean, she's done it, so I'm really proud of her. It was just great because I feel that I belonged there, so it was a really good experience.
So it wasn't because Doro had a bigger budget and she worked with Jeff Pilson, is it?
Oh boy. Okay.
Well, bigger budget is a good. Come on, Doro. The few times I've seen her over the years, Doro got signed when she was 7, which is a joke. Doro just got signed, and she always had a good team behind her, and she was just, and I'm not going to say lucky. She was blessed. She worked her ass off for it, but
sure.
Yes, she obviously had a way bigger budget than me, and she looked better than me. And come on, in the '80s, that's what it's about. Anybody can say what they want to say, but whether you're a man or a woman, I believe that you have to. The masses have to look at you and really like you, and they've always really liked Doro. So, So again, I was just privileged that she would have even considered me in that. I was really happy to be there. And again, just share it with Veronica. It was great. I wish we could do it every night. It was great.
Sure. Let me go way back in the time machine, Leather, to the earliest days of Chastain, to like Mystery of Illusion and that era. The most little-known fact, I think, in the history of rock and roll people that made it famous was that Fred Curry was in Chastain.
Yeah.
What was he like back then, and how did he end up leaving to go to Cinderella?
Fred was a young, adorable, stupid boy, and I was a young, stupid girl. Neither one of us knew what we were doing. We were just doing this Chastain thing. And people just really noticed his talent immediately, and the word kind of spread. It's a small metal community. And I actually ran into him in L.A. like just last year, and he was saying to me, I don't remember, but he said that he got the Ozzy tour. After Mystery of Illusion, that he got the Ozzy tour, which I don't really remember. And he said, Chastain was so pissed at me for that. But he goes, I'm 17. How could I not leave, I don't remember. And then we did Ken Mary, right? And that was at the same time that Trauma was recording there, and I did vocals with Donnie, and Cliff Bernstein was there, and it was a straight period of my life, but I don't remember a lot about it except that we used to go through drummers that all became famous.
Sounds like Benedictum.
Yeah.
Wow, we had to go there.
Exactly.
Okay.
And like I said, I was just so green, and I was so privileged that anybody even wanted to do with me. I was really in my own little world. But Fred was a really, really cool guy. I mean, he was a little baby. We all took care of him, and he was great. And then, years later, I go to his Cinderella show here, and he's a big famous rock star, and me and my boyfriend at the time were taking him to other strip joints in the city. I mean, it was really fun. It was great.
It's awesome. Well, Leather, as you've looked back through the history of the band, certainly it didn't. Chastain, in my eyes, and I could be completely wrong from how it actually was, but for me as a kid at that era, I was 17, 18 years old when Chastain was out, between 15 and 18, somewhere in there in the beginning. It just seemed like you guys were one of those bands that were like the secret band. There was a bunch of us that really knew about it and liked it, and you couldn't spread it. You couldn't spread it because everybody else wanted to listen to Motley Crue and Poison. Why do you think that you guys ended up in the niche of like the in that niche to where it didn't break out? Was it just funny or what?
I can't tell you. I'm not one to look back and go, what if? I just know that I can tell you now, and now that I'm more of an adult and I have these conversations with Chastain, I call him Chester, he ran everything, and he wanted things a certain way. He didn't want to really go out and exploit is the wrong word, but he didn't want to really venture out. I mean, he didn't want to be on the road. That's all I can tell you. And I think it's really important to be on the road. And he just, he just didn't want to do it. And I kind of knew it back then, but we used to run around the country so much. I don't know. But then again, it doesn't mean if I took the tours that he refused, that you would have been bigger. I don't know. He didn't care. He just didn't care. And I don't blame it on him, but as I've gotten older, I realized that I just really never took things in my own hand. I was on the road going, wow, this is great, and then we opened for Kiss and Cooper, and I don't know. He only really ever wanted to record. He wants to, produce his music, and I don't know. And also, you have to remember what a different time it was. We got turned down for so much stuff because, I was the chick. I didn't realize that. I never felt it. I mean, he protected me from all that. He would try to get these tours, and people would be like, you fucking got a chick singer. It's not like today. So I forget that, too, It was a really different time. And again, I had many labels say to me that I wasn't good-looking enough, that I sang well, but I wasn't hot enough. So there was that, contraindication thing. So I don't know. I don't sit around and think about it, but,
Damn. Well, can I jump in here?
You can, V.
It is your show, V. Take it away, V.
No, it's just the more that I hear from you, honey, the more that I learn. But and as I'm hearing you talk, I think about all the conversations that we've had.
Yeah.
And I am a great lover of your talent, and I love you as a person too, because you have been my confidant, you have been my supporter, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to tell the first story about the whole conversation thing and all that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to skip that one because we've done that.
Yeah.
However, and I want to be respectful, because as you're getting more and more publicity and stuff like that, which I'm seeing on Facebook in any case, and I'm really happy for you. But you just had a short stint over in South America, and I want you to let people know about that. And I know that was a blast for you. How did that come about?
Yeah, and again, that was from something that Chastain was offered due to surrender to no one. And again, he certainly doesn't want to leave his home, let alone go to Brazil. So I hooked up with a gentleman, Rodrigo Scelza, who's a little promoter, and Chastain said, I don't want to do it, but maybe Leather will want to do it. So he hooked me up, and I went down there, and I did 3 shows in, they're little clubs down there, but they're the little clubs that everybody goes to. I mean, the Doros and the Rippers. I mean, a place called the Blood Club and Hush. And again, they were really small, but it was incredible. And he got me this band, these young boys, and I played 3 nights down there of 400 maniac people. But as all of you know, South America is different, and it was just really enlightening for me to. And again, how blessed am I, who, as this conversation is going, I never did break. How blessed it is that people know the frickin' words to Black Knight, and for those who dare, I mean, it was a blast. It was incredible. I mean, people were running after me at the airports I was going, and it was funny because we were right behind Zakk Wylde. I'm sorry, I can't think of the name of his band.
Black
Label.
Thank you. But so he was in a lot of the airports, so I would always go, must be, and they would be chasing me. It was just hysterical. And he even looked at me and he said, "Who are you?" I mean, it was great.
Hell yeah.
But it was really wonderful.
But,
And again,
I
I'm
saw
so glad.
the band. I saw pictures of the band that they put together for you. I thought the whole idea of it was brilliant from a marketing, promotional, and fiscal standpoint. So, I'm being a business person, I'm like always looking at stuff like that. And I was like, damn, if that can happen, that's badass. And then to have,
I said, I'm blessed that this guy is just a Chastain Leather fan. And he's got some power, people that he knows. And as V, it was because of him, really, that I got the Doro show. He's a friend of Doro's. He's known her for 100 years. And he said something to her about that he was working with me, and I was trying to get back into it. She was gracious enough to say, well, bring her to my show. bring her to New York. So, for the first time, I really have somebody in my corner, which is wonderful. And like I said, I'm getting ready to do a new Chastain record. And, I always have a joke. It's not like I'm 100 years old, but, I'm going to keep touring until I fall over, whatever the opportunities are.
Well, Leather.
Well, my joke is that, the tour sponsored by Depends, 'cause and Ginkgo biloba and
horrible.
What is it? Fixodent and all that kind of stuff. I don't care as long as we can get out there. And when we were out there, I mean, after we had talked for a while,
we could go out there in walkers and
you and I had a chance to do like 3 shows together on the East Coast, and some were better than others. But we had a blast, and we bonded even more then, and it was awesome watching people watch you. And that's one of the things I like to do, believe it or not, is to observe the reaction and the energy of people. And when you were doing your thing, there's so many people that appreciated the strength and the power of your voice. And you were the one that sat with me in front of my computer and you said, check this band out, check this band out, check this band out.
Yeah.
And I was like, but don't you like so-and-so, so-and-so? And you were like, no. And
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
when I
what?
turned you on to like the Arch Enemies and the OTEP girl and yeah.
Mm-hmm. You were like, what was it?
Well,
Straight Line Stitch and everything else?
The beauty of you is that you have that, and you didn't. I'm not really sure who your influences were, but that's how I found out about you. This guttural bitch who, so that's the beauty of you. But yeah, we did. I'm glad I turned you on to some good stuff. Yeah.
You did, and the thing that these guys don't know, but I think you kind of figured it out, is that Leather has the mindset that you wish I had. And because she's tough, and I mean, she's sensitive and all that stuff, but she's got a lot more self-esteem than I do. And at the end of the day, I learn a lot from her. So, she'll just say, fuck you. You're not all that.
Well, we're allowed to do that. We're allowed to do that. Jesus Christ, after the age of 20, you're allowed to say and be what you want to be. And, metal has done that for you, too. I mean, that's the beauty of, what we do, Fuck you. You can say, I love you, but fuck you,
Well, Leather, I got to ask you, you used the term young boys on a couple of, occasions. Are you? Would you consider yourself a bona fide cougar now?
Oh, in a minute. Yeah. I always have.
Can I tell?
Even when I was young, when I was 17, I was like fucking the 15-year-olds at the gas station.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I say that with love, not in a dirty way, but yeah, I've always liked. Well, and also, come on, it's the reality of it. Even as a man, you need to be surrounded by youth. It invigorated me. They didn't know anything about me. They were innocent. They just wanted to go out and play. And they look at me as like this, it was heaven. And I have not let go of any of them. They're still going to be my band and work with me next year. Unfortunately, one of them is married. It's great.
We're not going to talk about that because you told me not to, so I'm going to be quiet.
That's right. Yeah. No, they were wonderful people, They were all music teachers down there, English teachers and music teachers. And, of course, they were listening to Chastain going, what the fuck, about trying to play it. But it was really great, yeah.
Well, do you drink their blood to retain your youth?
I'm not sure what I drink, but...
Pinot Grigio, in case you forgot. Pinot Grigio.
It's just innate. I mean,
What penis?
I live in California. Veronica knows. When you live from the Midwest or West, it's just a different lifestyle. I'm going to go home for Christmas and I'll see everyone who is still, my age, but they had children and their life was different. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know if it's music or there's just some type of vitality. Because whatever, dude. I certainly look my age, but. Put me on stage. I mean, I've had that, not a problem, but recently someone saying something to me. I said, you grab your fucking 27-year-old bitch and put me on a stage with this dude, and, I'll blow him away. It's just, I don't know, it's just something that's inside of you.
Wow.
And I don't mean to say, it's not about blowing you away. I'm good enough. We're fucking good enough, and it's okay to feel that way.
Well, I got half a stock just listening to you.
There you go. See?
How old are you?
I I mean,
No,
and
yeah,
then I got to
like
tell
young
the story about was it going to the show, to the Doro show? And we were like running really late because we wanted to have lunch. We had lunch with Mike LaPond, who was just on the show before you, hon. And so, before Pete. And anyway, I was telling him about how we had wore the poor child out. And he's like, well, I'm going to go home and you guys can find your own way to the show. To the show. So you shell out, $100 to have this SUV thing drive us down to
the way
the
we
Gramercy.
should have arrived at the Duro show.
It's like, well, we can just put our makeup on in the car. Little do we know, and we're sharing eyeliner and mascara.
Which is not good. Yeah,
obviously, we can't share foundation because our skin tones are completely different. And just as I'm getting ready to put on my mascara, we go into this long fucking tunnel and it's completely black, and we just look at each other and just laughed so hard that I almost peed my pants. And it's those kind of moments that I don't forget.
Do you still have the panties from that?
Do we have the what?
What?
Do you still have the panties from that?
No, the panties. Chris, no.
In which she's not telling you, and she probably didn't know,
Neil,
the gentleman that was driving, he fucking couldn't keep his eyes off her. I mean, I thought we were going to crash. He's looking in the rear mirror, looking at Veronica.
What?
I'm going, dude.
Who?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, well, you're beautiful. He was looking at you. I'm going, dude, the road. Veronica, later. Just
You're talking about the driver? The paid
the
driver?
driver. Oh, he was enamored with you, yeah.
I never got that.
Well, of course you don't.
You're the one with the
But it was
tits.
fun.
You never understand that that's going on.
She really doesn't, and I applaud her for that because, good looks fade, but I think Veronica, and it doesn't matter, Veronica, shut up. I think Veronica is beautiful. She can wake up in the morning and she's gorgeous. I mean, I walk through the airport with her, and the guys are like drooling, and I'll look at them and go, I know! And Veronica's just going, so this is what we're going to do next. I mean, yeah, she's just out of it. She doesn't know, which is the beauty of her. Yeah.
Oh God! Now you made me all don't do that. So anyway, we get stop. So we get down there and stuff, and we were all like excited about because we were very nervous and we wanted to get this. After all, well, first we had this makeup from hell because it was dark in a tunnel. And so I had more mascara and eyeliner on my hands than I did on my face. You remember? And then we get there, and we won't talk about certain people that acted like they didn't know us, right? Move on from that. Yeah. And then we thought we were going to have we're supposed to have a rehearsal, but that didn't happen. So we're sitting in the lobby of the Gramercy for hours and
a day, I think.
Hours and a day, yeah. And it was like, wow, okay. But we had such a blast, and sharing that with you, I got a picture of your ass that I haven't posted yet, but it is so phenomenal. And you were wearing those pants.
I must tell you guys, we walk into the Gramercy, and of course, it's like people know Veronica, and which is fine. I've been gone for 250 years, so I just sneak through. But then you have to remember that the Mighty Swine was there, you guys, and that's Skimmerhorn. That's the original Chastain bass player. So that was great. So they're all there, and Mike was just drinking that night, and it was just fun. And of course, I got to meet Doro's band, who V knows, and I did not, so I did my frothing over them. Wonderful, wonderful people. But yeah, we were stuck there because we had changed hotels, which we won't get into. But so we had to be there for about 17 hours before we went on. But I got to meet a lot of people that I have spoke with. A lot of people that I pay to keep me on the radio and people that I pay to keep me out in the public, and I had never met them, so there they were. So that was really nice. Although the attention, of course, was not on us because it was Doro's night. So it was great, though. It was wonderful.
It was great, and you kicked ass. And I know you have your own issues about whatever happened that night, but I remember.
Well, we both kicked ass. Why
would
we kick ass?
We're
professionals.
side of the stage, just with my jaw open, going, "Fuck." And then afterwards seeing the pictures, because you guys are almost the same height, and then you have you being the brunette and her being the blonde, and you both look so beautiful, and you just
what it is about Doro, as you know, Doro is such a happy. She's such a good. She's laughing, and we're all joking up there. So like with you can see it. Yeah.
But what I saw with you, which is what I saw when we did shows together, and you need to know that people that were there that were supposed to be working with me, you know everything. These guys know damn near everything anyway. And the thing is that it was like, damn, that Leather chick, she's badass. There was no question. It wasn't like, oh, you're a cut above the rest. It was like, so who's this Leather? Which is really cool because I'm like one of those people that, that's just how I am, which is probably why I'm like not suited for this business. But it's all cool because I am a big fan. And when I saw how powerful your vocals are, and I kick myself for not knowing more about you earlier in my life.
Well, you should have lied to me then during our drunk conversation when we met, and it would have all been better.
Yeah, I probably should have, and I'm sorry that I didn't lie. But I'm not really, because it makes it all the more special for me. So that, I mean, you are, I don't want to say vicious, but you are ambitious, and you know what you want. And now that you have realized that you want to come back and do this thing, you have like taken no prisoners. And the way I hear you talk about certain things in certain situations really makes me rethink the way I need to look at it, which is probably the way Chris and Neeley want me to look at things. I am who I am, but I admire who you are.
I thought there were a lot of bands back in the 80s. I mean, there's so much going on now. You've got to fight for your life, you know. And I think you have to remember what your position is, and it's not egotistical. It's what you've earned, and you need to realize your place and go digging for it because you're allowed to do that, and you have to do it today. As someone told me, and again, we aren't going to bring up names, you guys, but I was having a conversation with I don't know what he's called, a promoter management guy when we were in New York, and he said to me, you know what, and I was like, back in the 80s, you could pay everybody off with blowing hookers. I mean, is that still the way it is, And they're like, no, but it's still, if you want to blow somebody, you'll still get on a tour. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh,
where's the line? Okay. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
It's the line.
Nice.
And of course,
somehow I remember that,
I'd be like, fuck
wow,
you.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, I know who that. Oh, wow.
Well, I think the thing that you always miss, Veronica, and it sounds like Leather has it down cold.
She does.
Is the minute you get out of the way to be polite to let somebody step in front of you is the minute that you're behind them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the truth.
Yeah.
You can't
and you know what? I
be
did that
polite.
already.
Sometimes
I did that like in the 90s when
Chastain
and I weren't working together anymore, and I had all these opinions that people gave me, which was fine because I look back and it's my own reason why I am where I am today because I stopped. I chose to stop because of the opportunities that were upon me, and I was not into it. So, I think as you get older, I also don't believe in compromise, though. Which again is my own thing. Go if it wasn't that important to me to be out there and do what I wasn't. But you know what? Now, I mean, it's just different now. You just gotta, You're right. As soon as you step away and go, oh yeah, thank you. Guess who's right behind you? Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all good. I still like to sing in a microphone and make people happy.
When I see you on stage, whether it was with Benedictine backing you or when you were with Doro, it was amazing to see. And I believe it or not, don't say that about everybody. I really don't.
Oh, I know you
because
don't.
there's only a few people that I just don't put it the same way. So I know I'm not going to be able to change probably after all these years who I am or the way I do certain things. But bottom line is when I really believe in somebody like I do in you, when I hear the power of your delivery, I fucking get it. And I want more people to get it. And it's not contingent upon me. If I can ride on a coattail, honey, you better believe I'm not that naive, contrary to
well, you're just reflecting on yourself. But you are the same way. You're reflecting on yourself. As soon as you fuck in your own mouth, we all fall over also. So it's, I mean, it's. I accept it, and like I said, it's both ways. You appreciate what you are. That's all that you're saying is what you are.
When you came to rehearsal the first time, it was amazing because I hadn't really heard you live. I heard, the German has. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I got attacked by her husband when I walked into her house. I had to sign everything, my real name, and the date that I signed it. So if I died on the plane flight on the way home, it would be. I'm like, I like you. You're great.
Wow. wow. And I put up with this day after day. In any case, my point being that, sorry, you got me. You got me there. But you are one of the most powerful female vocals I've ever experienced, because when I finally got a chance to actually hear you, I was like, oh, what the fuck? And then when you started really delivering, and it wasn't just the voice, it was your whole stage presence. That's what I miss. I'm sorry, and so shoot me if I'm wrong. For me, I'm old school. I'm a fan of Tina Turner. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm a fan of Cher. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm a fan of Melissa Etheridge. I'm a fan of a lot of different, Reba McEntire, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm
where
with
you
you.
really bring it, and you bring a show too.
Yeah.
And you emote, and you're not just standing. I'm behind a microphone, and I'm going to sing. Which is cool. If you could do that, and you're getting paid, more power to you, sister. I'm not going to down you or anything.
I
It's
don't
just
get
to
paid
see
either
you
way,
do
so it
what
works.
you do was like, God damn, bitch, you're just badass.
Thanks, Faye.
That's
Like
it.
I said, I don't get paid either way, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, we ain't getting paid. I'm just saying. That's how I feel about it.
Man, the estrogen
I'm
is
on my
so
way out to
thick
play
I
Lotto
could cut
with
it with
these
a
people.
knife.
Yeah, there's a lot of estrogen up in here. What are you going to do about it? You should bathe in it right about now.
It is. If I had a clit, it would be vibrating right now.
It would be.
Actually,
Mine might
it's more
be. You don't-
testosterone that, I told you when I put out Surrender to No One, Mike Varney's is still a friend of mine, so I said, oh my God, what do you think? What do you think? And he said, your balls have finally dropped and your testosterone has risen to the brim.
Nice.
I just hope you don't have hairy palms.
I do not, not yet, but I'm still young.
Yes, you never. According to Blabbermouth,
Do I have hairy palms?
no.
Oh, you do?
I have balls, according to them. But, wasn't that that was too funny when we were there? Can I talk about that?
Yes.
Or would you rather me not?
It's fine.
Okay. So there's this lower level of where we're all sitting and stuff, this little lobby. And what was the guy's name, the Blabbermouth guy?
Bori?
They call him Bori. I don't know, but his name is Bori, yeah.
Borovoj
His nickname.
Kurgan.
Yeah,
There you go.
I finally
So-
met him. He's so good to me, but it was Bori is what they call him, yeah.
Right.
Right. So when he's introduced, you guys were introducing yourselves to me and stuff, and instead of wow, Veronica, I was so excited to meet the guy.
Yeah.
His first comment was, I am just so sorry. And I was like,
What?
I'm so sorry about the shit people say about you on Blabbermouth. You're really great, whatever it was. And I'm like, wow, it's that bad, huh? And he goes, I'm just saying, I really, pleasure to meet you. I don't have any control over it. And I was like, wow, that's so jagged. But hey, if they're not talking about you,
do you
then I
guys
guess
see
it's
that much bad stuff about Veronica? I don't. I don't see that much bad stuff about her. Do you?
No, not real. I mean, you
Not
see
more
the
than anybody
sexual-
else.
You see the sexual stuff, but you don't see anything bad. People just...
Oh, honey, you're not looking in there. Oh, God. It's all coming from the same.
If-
We know.
But if one person says it, then you think that 50 people said it.
Yeah.
No, it's-
And you know what? Who gives a fuck? Walk out and grab your balls, baby. Who gives a fuck? Because you know what I always tell her?
That's true.
Nobody can be you. All those people, all those trolls, give them a motherfucking microphone, tell them to sing fucking obey, and walk away. Fuck you. Don't matter.
Right.
And you should play on that whole thing. What am I? Yeah.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, Veronica, you can blow a load in my face anytime.
Oh,
Jesus.
You have such a way with words. You're such a comforting friend.
and that's the sweet one. Oh, my God.
Yeah. And they're just trolls. I mean, they have nothing. What are they going to say,
I don't know. It's just when there was that whole thing going on for what, show me your birth certificate. That's a dude. And then
I
the whole
never
thing
heard
was like,
that
oh,
one.
well, they can, you never know. She probably flew to, what is it, Singapore or wherever it is, Thailand,
Well,
wherever
to
they
me,
do like the sex
to
change.
me, you guys, it's
operation. I
funny
don't
because
even
back
know.
in the day, they used to call me man baby, which I thought was fucking killer. And so then when I'm like, they're so much cooler to you. They just call me man baby. I mean, I thought it was really cool. And by the way, Ann Boyleen just liked me on Twitter. Anyway.
Oh, yay! Oh, God, don't get started. Because you know what camp they're all from, which I found really interesting. So finally, I confronted one person and said, You know, because it was all this Facebook stuff, and I guess recently they kind of changed how the stuff is on Blabbermouth, so you can't just like be completely anonymous. It connects back to a person. So I was like, dude, do you really think that I'm a guy? And if so, I felt like saying, please go to the store and get me some tampons, but I don't want to be rude. I don't want to engage in that.
Can I tell you how to solve this problem quickly?
Oh, boy.
How should she do it?
Get a picture of a dude and say, yep, this is my before. And done.
Yeah.
Just don't
like
play into it. Say, yep, you're
totally
right, I was
it.
a guy. Here's my picture. And have some fucking buff dude that's like 20 years old.
Right.
Here I am.
V, you should do a video of your next song with some buff-ass dude singing it, lip-syncing it. Yeah. Because, like I said, I know that, it bothers you and you take it to heart. I'm like, play with it, man. You're so fucking lucky. I wish somebody would call me a transgender person or something. I would just ride the wave.
Would you really? Because
oh my God!
And again, that goes back to just how insecure I am about myself and the way I look and all that kind of stuff. So, to me,
look,
it's just
you're never. Nobody is ever as hot as anybody says they are. They're never as
right.
as anybody says they are. They're never as talented as anybody says they
right.
are, and they're never as bad as anybody says
right.
they are.
You can't believe the hype either way. Yeah.
You buy into yourself, and you don't give a fuck what any. I can't tell you, Veronica, and this, me being the bad one on the show. Every single week, there's somebody that's out there posting about what a fucking stupid, fat, dumb, asshole, fucking whatever I am. And if I ever bought into that for 1 week, I'd be in the back with my pistol. You just ignore it.
I damn near
and
was
also,
at one
I
point.
say,
And
the more
that's the thing that Leather
put
doesn't
yourself
understand
out
is
there,
that you really were at the time when that you helped me pull myself.
Yeah, the
out.
more you put yourself out there, you're just inviting bullshit. You're inviting it, man. And people have nothing else to do. Wasn't that you, V, that posted that thing on your Facebook with the really puffed up person that said on Facebook and then the inflated person that said in real life or something? Maybe that wasn't you, but people, we're in a society, unfortunately, where everyone, of course, thinks their opinion matters.
Yes.
Nobody gives a fuck. I don't. But we're putting ourselves out there. Of course they're going to dog us. Especially people who, whether they're jealous or whatever, people are going to dog us. And I just want them to talk. Tell me I'm ugly. Tell me I'm a fucking man baby. Tell me I can't sing. You're going to buy the record to find out I don't sing. That stuff doesn't bother me.
Well,
the thing that bothers me is Sabbath isn't calling me for a tour.
This
That's
is
what bothers
why
me.
she's just like the queen of my life.
But there is a thing.
woman.
There is a thing out there. It stands true today. There's no such thing as bad press.
Bad publicity.
No.
Yeah.
No such thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to take like a 2-second thing. I have to go relieve myself. I'm just going to do this.
So you weren't wearing
now
the
because
Depends
we're all
from the
gonna
tour
feel and
then.
stuff. So I'll be back. Have fun. Be back.
But you know what? Yeah, I know that it really bothers her sincerely. I've never, I don't know. It's not that it's insecure, but I have never let that stuff bother me. I mean, I think it's hysterical.
It is funny. I mean, Chris and I have built 20 years of the Classic Metal Show on the stuff that we say and do and don't give two shits about.
Yeah.
Don't give two shits.
Yeah, and I'm sure you do get a lot of bullshit, yeah.
We do, because we like to think, and again, it's all perception, we're the most notorious outspoken show out there, because we'll say stuff that people go, oh, those guys are fucking dicks, man.
Yeah, they're thinking it, but they wouldn't have the balls to say it.
We've had the problems. We've had the lawsuits at least threatened.
You have? You've had lawsuits?
Oh, yeah.
We had a lawsuit threatened from the guys in Iced Earth. We had a lawsuit threatened by Doro's people at one point.
Because of something that you mean just because of something verbally that you said, of course.
Yeah,
Somebody
that's
can
it.
do that to you?
Yeah.
Defamation or whatever?
Yeah.
Well, can if there's true defamation, but there wasn't. Who else, Neeley? The
guys, the
Crimson Glory?
From Crimson Glory, Midnight. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because...
But again, I don't... What is true... I mean, you say something. What is true or not true? So that means if it's a fact or it's not a fact?
Well, we don't say... Well, let's just use one specific example.
All right, go ahead.
The former singer of the band Crimson Glory, he went by the name of Midnight.
Yeah, I know who... I met him before. I know who he is.
He passed away from liver and kidney failure.
Right, which I heard it... Mm-hmm.
Because he was a hardcore alcoholic.
Which and to be fair, 3 months earlier he was arrested and jailed for DWI.
Okay.
So
that pretty much answers it, yeah.
Yeah, so we said this guy drank himself to death. Mm-hmm. That's what we said. Yeah. And people were after us like you wouldn't believe. How dare you say he drank himself to death? This guy died because he had demons, man.
Yeah.
You don't understand. You don't understand.
Yeah.
He was a talent. He had more talent in his little pinky than you two have put together. And how dare you disparage this guy because he died early. And we just said he died because of his addiction.
Because of his lifestyle.
That's it.
Wow.
Right?
Well,
and you were in trouble with Doro's people? I love it.
Yeah,
well, I'll tell you the Doro one. That was ridiculous. Doro, we used to do a bit where Neeley would pretend that he was interviewing Doro. And I don't even know why we were doing this. Because we had Doro. We love Doro. We've had Doro on the
is
show.
Fucking incredible, yeah.
Doro has
been
a
person,
Yeah, Doro has been on this show a dozen times, literally a dozen times.
Mm-hmm.
But
I've sat with Doro. I've had coffee with Doro. I've sat and just chit-chatted with her. She's the sweetest, kindest
She's a
person.
wonderful woman, yeah.
We love her.
And she's invited me to come to her shows and asked me to come and hang out. And, and I did.
Yeah. But we used to have... Neeley would throw just a question out. He would just ask something. He'd be like, so what do you think about that, Doro? And back then we used to do sound clips. So I would play this sound clip of a Hitler speech. So he would be like,
so fucking German,
so Doro, you're touring South America. How's that going to go? And I would play this.
That
crazy.
Is great.
Well,
they got mad.
Doro heard it. She heard it on YouTube or something, and apparently was completely flabbergasted, offended, and was just really, really upset about it. And then she sent it to her label because she wanted to take them down, and the label threatened to sue us for, for perpetrating her image and blah, 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 blah. So it was a big old thing to where I ended up having to get off the phone.
No, it never got that far, no.
No, it never got that far because I got on the phone with her and I explained to her that, while I understand that making Hitler jokes to Germans is a bad thing, that here in the States it's not such a big deal, and we've had TV shows about Hogan's Heroes and whatever.
Heroes,
You guys, I think that was classic. I wish I would have heard that.
Oh, we have. I'm sure there's plenty of that audio out there somewhere.
Wow. Because just in meeting, hanging out with her at camp or whatever for a while, and never, of course, not to mention any names, but there were many people there, even from her label, that were not enthusiastic about her. But yeah, I mean, the jokes fly everywhere. I mean, it's so obvious.
Right.
The joke is just right there.
Well, but she was really upset, and I felt bad. I felt bad that the publicist told me that she cried, and I was like,
yeah.
And I was like, that's not what that wasn't what we were doing. We were just having some fun.
But exactly as you said, it's different in this country. We joke about that stuff. She probably does not. Yeah.
But I mean, but that's just what we were saying before. There's always good. Anytime you roll the dice a little bit and you cross, we talk about all the time on the show that we don't have a line. There's no line.
You say what you want to say when you want to say it. Yeah.
This is not the line of taste, or that's not. The line of taste.
Yeah.
And you as a female performer, you get two strikes against you against people's line. You've got metalheads that just don't want to accept a female performer. They don't want to pay attention. They just don't want to. You're
they just
not
want you to blow
Bruce
them.
Dickinson. They look at it like you can't be as good because you're not Bruce Dickinson or you're not Rob Halford or
you don't have a dick. Yeah.
Which is strike one, and then two for you specifically, and for Veronica as well. Neither one of you are Nightwish crooners. You know, you guys bring
true.
it some fucking power.
We're totally old school. Yeah.
So when
But
you
we
bring
aren't.
it
We
with
don't
power,
cross the line into Cookie Monster. So we aren't the. Yeah.
but that's the whole thing is that
Yeah.
so many people will disparage. They'll look for a reason to disparage either one of you because you're
Yes.
crossing both of their magical lines of what metal
right.
is.
Oh, I have to put that in a song. I'm going to write
I
this
like
down.
that.
Crossing most of the magical. I got it first. Crossing.
No, it's
No,
all
that's
you.
very
Don't,
true.
don't worry, I'm not going to fight you, honey. It's all good.
But
That's very true.
the thing is, Leather, is we've made it very clear on the show over the years that we didn't cross the line, we crossed your line.
Right.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we don't care. There is no line. And believe me, there's been moments where I don't know if I think there's at least one moment where I've crossed Neeley's line because I don't give a fuck ever.
You know, life is too short, and we're supposed to be laughing, and you can't take. Someone just said to me today, said, "God, stop taking everything so seriously." And it's like, yeah, I mean, we're going to be dead in the fucking, blow of dust. It doesn't even matter. But that is interesting with Veronica and I think about that a lot. In Dora, we're in the old school. We aren't the frickin' symphonic Nightwish people. If I fucking go on one more site where it says the fucking Queen of Metals, female-fronted bands that sing fucking 20 minutes a night, doesn't matter. It's my own thing. V and I talk about that. But then they don't do I can't think of the new woman's name for Arch Enemy, but I love her, and the girl from OTEP. Yeah, we're kind of in the middle. We kind of cross both of those pretty dirty lines. And
well, that's a good question, Leather. When you or Veronica are listed on the best female metal singers, is that flattering or is that insulting?
Absolutely not. If I hear that fucking term one more time about female bullshit, no, I am not interested in it at all. I don't want to be in any, if somebody puts me on there, God bless you. I don't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck about it then. And unfortunately, a lot of the offers that I'm getting now, which most of them don't even pan out, it's about female this, female. I don't give a fuck. If I need to put a cucumber in my fucking... No, it does not compliment me because I am not fucking the go-go bitch. I'm not fucking whatever her name is in Nightwish. I don't want... It's not my fault I came out without a penis.
Yeah,
No,
you're not Susanna Hoffs.
Yeah, I'm not interested in representing the females. I'm not. And it was interesting with the Doral thing. That's what she said before when I went on. Because, like I said, you guys know her. I don't. She's sweet. She's wonderful. And she said to me before I went on, "What do you want me to say about you? Do you want me to introduce you as Leather?" I said, "Well, people know me from Chastain, so do that." And she said that, and she's like, us girls need to stick together. And I went on there, and I just went in her ear, and I said, "Really? You had to fucking bring up the female bullshit?" And she just cracked up. But no, it's not a... And I don't mean to say it's not a compliment because, again, at my stage, anyone that wants to talk about me, it's really humbling. I mean, I love it. I deserve it. And I'm glad that you like what I do. But fuck the female shit.
But you know what? It's not a compliment.
Someone sent me all that stuff last year. Look, you're on the top 25 metalholic. So who gives a fuck?
But it's not a compliment. It's like being the nicest. No. It's like being the nicest looter burning Ferguson. You know,
I am not interested.
What the fuck does that mean? That means that you're still a piece of shit. It means that you're less than everybody else.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not interested in that at all. And I can remember when I did the Sledge Leather thing that those people knew like people, and it was like, oh, let's get Leather on the whatever the stupid Revolver did, the hottest metal. I'm like, don't even.
Right.
I would not even. It's fucking insultive. It always has been. But I always wanted to be a guy anyway. But that's my own problem, But no, it's not a compliment. But I know that it's not meant as anything, facetious. So it's okay.
Nice.
Damn.
Well, I think this is the most open you've ever been on a public forum, Leather.
I don't think so. People just don't listen.
Okay.
Or they cut me off. They go, okay, and now we're going to play. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
here's a song.
Well, we won't ever do that.
Thanks.
Wow. I love it. I love it.
Well, like I said, I would like to talk to Dickinson about it and go, were you ever upset that nobody put you in the top 10 male vocalists? I mean, But you're right.
That's one of the things that bothers me. I got to chime in.
Yeah.
And that is that I don't agree with you 100% because I think it's cool to at least be recognized and that people recognize what you do. It's just when you realize what it is and how they categorize you, it's like, okay, really? All right. So But you never see that. You never see, so who are the top 10 male vocalists? And inevitably, with the top 25 female vocalists, the comments or the conversation always goes to who is the hottest. It has nothing to do with, always goes there. There is not one thread that doesn't go there. It goes to who's the hottest, and and she's so this and she's so that. Yeah. And it's just, it's that part is sickening. The fact that, someone would say that, you're up there. Yeah, to me, that's a compliment. But then I noticed, especially the last 2 years, that with on the Facebook things, in any case, there'll be these little comments about, I didn't know we were going with the transgender thing. So I'm like, really? We're going to go down that road because I'm not transgender.
Can I post that tonight? I'm going to say, just hang out with my
really?
transgender
So
friends,
I guess the transgender crowd is here. And then all you have to do is click on every single one of them, and you see what number one band is in their little.
You know what?
Stable.
What we should suggest to them next year, the Metalholic scene, because someone sent it to me too. It's like, oh my God, you're in the running. Oh geez, I'm so excited. Don't have blank pictures and just play a fucking song. Play the top song off our latest record. I mean, but it'll never be like that. It's about sexuality and keeping the world going. And again, that was my problem in the 80s, Veronica. I have never been fucking hot enough, according to the powers that be in the masses. I used to say to fucking Elektra that courted me for fucking 100 years, why can't I just be Hetfield? Why can't I wear sneakers? Unfortunately, back then it was spandex, and just fucking do my hair. And they're like, no, man, you gotta, Madonna's big. You gotta, So I think it will always be like that.
Well, who's considered the hot singer now as far as hotness?
Well, they're really into, and again, I apologize, I can't think of her name. The new front for Arch Enemy is very hot. Right. And, Maria Brink, the little pouty, droopy-boobed girl who does great music. Why does she have that motherfucking image? Maria Brink in this moment.
Think she does great music? Ugh.
I got to tell you, her music excites me when I hear it on the radio. I'm your whore! Yeah, the girl from Flyleaf, but I don't know what she looks like, which is a good thing. They don't promote her
sexually.
That's a
good thing, isn't it? That's awesome that you like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Shemaya Otep, who is like the sick bipolar girl, but you'll look at her and it's all,
a good record since her first one.
I don't know about her that well. I just know the last one. Da 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 da. I was like, wow. And and again, then I look at the dudes that I liked. Of course, everyone's good looking when we're young. We were all good looking. You look at Dio. Dio was never a good looking guy. Jeff Tate always kind of looked like a rooster. Dickinson looked like a So, but I have a feeling with.
But that doesn't matter 40, for them.
Yeah, but I think in pop it's still the same. I think when they go looking for the One Directions and the you still have to be good looking to I think it's probably still the same for them, but I don't think it is in rock. But I don't know. I've never had the opportunity to break that way, but I don't know.
My whole thing when I first started was that we're going to pick the first press photos are going to be very, very sexual. But once you go into that realm, you really can't get out. I'll
as you know,
Veronica,
you know that, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people ask me about you. The difference with you is, the girl with the big boobs and the cleavage and the high heels, that you can sing your fucking ass off. So I'm okay with that. Nobody asked me, but I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying because those used to be the first interviews I had. So why? It was more about why do we see so much cleavage in your imagery and all that stuff? And that's what I would say is the truth. It was supposed to be
faggot.
What?
That's the answer. Don't you want to, faggot?
Yeah, that's. Oh my God, what a beautiful answer. I'm going to remember that. Well, don't you want us? Yeah. I don't know. I have no answers, but going back to the female thing, it's not insulted, but I could care less. Really, talk to me when I'm in the. And I said this back in 1934 when I started. I used to say that. I actually just saw an article that they wrote about me and Krang, and they're like, "You're like the top 3." It was me and Doro, and I'm like, "Okay, wow, call me when you think I'm a good vocalist." And I certainly don't mean to sound cold and jaded, but I'm more than a fucking woman, so figure it out.
Thank you.
Amen. Love Michael.
Amen. There's a German here, but he's like now not wanting to participate. That's fine. So I have some questions to ask for you, Miss Leather.
Yeah, that's what Chastain calls me, you guys. He calls me Miss Leather, and I'm so bad in the studio that he calls me Negative Nancy. I'd be like, oh, Lord, let me know when you're done with your hissy fit, Negative Nancy. He's really funny.
Okay, so I'm going to do this little segment that I call the V shots, right? So I'm just going to ask like 3 or 4 questions really quick, and you just give me, I know you're going to be like upfront brutal, right? So you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So when having sex, what's your favorite food to bring to bed? Strawberries, chocolate, whipped cream, or...
Penis.
Not you.
Wow,
Asparagus.
it's been so long for me since I've been in bed with someone. It was chocolate, strawberries, whipped cream.
Onion.
Or the food of your choice.
I don't know, probably more like pizza.
Oh,
Pizza and vodka, yeah.
Pizza and vodka. That's my girl right there.
Kettle One that's been sitting on ice for a while with a piece of pizza from the night before, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the flavors get to settle a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, God, I'm getting really hot. I gotta go. yeah.
Talk about low maintenance.
Like I said, it's been a really long time. I haven't been in a relationship for a really long time, so I just love them and leave
please
them.
Don't. I'm trying to be respectful of it.
Talk about low maintenance.
Okay.
Wow. Nice.
Okay, next one. Ever had sex at work?
Yeah.
Oh. How long ago was that?
I used to train horses with the drummer who went on to be famous in Skid Row. What was his name? Rob
Alfuso.
Yeah, and it wasn't with him, but I used to. Yes, not with him, but yes, I did. We used to train horses, and it was yeah.
What were you training them
with
to
my
do?
boss. Yeah. Yeah, it was with my.
it?
No, it wasn't with him.
My
It was
turn?
with my boss. Yeah.
Oh, I just want to know what she was training them to do. Jeez.
We were training them to have people from New York City come up, we used to call them the rich Jewish community, and learn how to ride horses. Yeah, we would teach them. We would take them on trail rides and teach them how to ride. Yeah, in upstate New York, I did that. Yeah.
Okay. Last one. Ever had a threesome?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which mix? Wait a minute. Which mix?
Yeah. Which mix? That's awesome.
Twins.
Thank you.
I used to do twins. Male twins.
2 guys and 1 girl.
2 guys?
Yeah, 2 guys, yeah. Actually, it was the same. There were 2 sets in college, and there were the brunette twins and the blonde
wait
twins.
a minute. You can't freeze me out of this, Veronica.
I can because it's a V shot. Are you a V?
Yes, I'm a.
No, you're not. Are you honorary V? I can make you an honorary V for the moment.
I need to
You
know.
simply
I
have
need
to send
know.
$27.
Did you jump and let them do the rotisserie or the London Bridge?
I'm sorry, I don't know what those terms are.
Me neither. Thank you.
All right. Well, like the rotisserie would be 1 guy in the mouth, 1 guy in the back.
Oh, yeah.
No, absolutely not.
It was just one at a time.
I kind of don't remember, but my back door is always closed.
Well, I'm not saying bang.
Yeah, I know you're talking like dog. God, I don't even really remember.
So
I seem to remember that there was so much blow and acid involved that we laughed a lot.
So it
But
wasn't.
yeah, it was. I'm so lazy that it was probably just one at a time.
It wasn't.
I just wanted to be serviced, so I'd be like, okay, your turn. Yeah, so it probably wasn't very.
Nice.
All right. Well, here.
So it wasn't. So it wasn't finger cuffs.
I don't know what that means.
Was one guy bigger than the other guy?
Yes, absolutely. And I used to make fun of the larger twin. Yeah. Not fun of it. It was all in a loving way.
Oh my God!
And again, see, I'm talking about I don't like the female sexuality thing in metal, and what are we talking about? Have you ever had a threesome, motherfucker?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. In fact, I had a threesome with a fiance and a hooker.
I love it.
Damn.
I was in
You were
Korea.
in love with that. Did you marry that girl?
Nope. She I could tell story after story on this girl, but no, but we were in Korea. I met this girl in Korea. We got engaged.
The land of the hooker, yeah.
We got engaged, and it was my birthday, and she asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I said I wanted a threesome with her roommate, but she was too shy to ask her roommate, so she went out and bought me a Korean hooker.
Wow. How fucking cool was that? Was it cool, or did it end up messing everything up?
Not even a little bit. It was awesome. It was cool for her. She was happy. I was happy.
Wow.
You know.
That's interesting because I'm between you and me and the 50 people to listen, I'm kind of working on that now with a married guy, but not going so good.
See, that's what I was trying to be. See what happens when I try to be respectful and do the right thing.
That's a really cool.
That's
a really cool story.
No.
So does the wife know or no?
No.
I'm just. No. I don't know. It could be a swinger thing.
No.
I don't know.
No. And you know what? It's funny when you get older. I mean, I realize now that. For 5 minutes you're going to totally destroy somebody's life. I mean, it's not about that, but it's interesting that I still go there. But no. Nobody knows. It's kind of like this secret. I don't even really know if he knows.
He does. Trust me. He knows.
So
that is
you
such
don't
a
worry
cool
at
story.
all about the wife finding out, like not necessarily for him, but for you?
I'm sorry, say that again about the wife finding out?
Do you worry about her coming like after you? I mean, she'll obviously.
I don't worry about her coming after me. And it's all in fun. I don't want to destroy his life in any, for 5 minutes. No, I don't want to. Well, no. Coming after
nice
me? What, are you kidding me?
Though. Right?
Are you joking?
It's wonderful.
Coming after me? Yeah.
What is this opens up a million questions. What is it about this married guy that you want? Is it just a straight up physical want to fuck him, or is it like, or is there more to it?
I don't want which then as you get old. Well, for me, I've gotten older and considerate of people. I don't want him. I want him for 20 minutes.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So you don't.
Why can't I meet chicks like that?
Well, you usually have to have long hair and not speak English well and play guitar. That usually has a lot to do with it.
I'm growing my hair. I could stop speaking.
No, you know what? I mean, it's just all fun. I mean, I just think it's great as you get older. You're just allowed to say what you want to say, although I kind of always have. And I just enjoy younger people. It's all fun. It's all in good fun. I wouldn't hurt anyone in any way, shape, or form. Probably not.
Probably not.
The hotness level is off the charts with you.
I'm telling you, Leather, you have made CMS history.
I don't know if that's really a good thing.
That is a good thing.
Have I been a respected musician? I'll probably get 1,000 hits on Facebook now, yeah?
Yeah, well, between you and Veronica, you two have made CMS history.
Well, that's cool. And, Veronica, I was actually really, really serious and I use the term loosely, in my young career. I was so fucking serious, and Veronica's really taught me. I mean, fuck, it's about having fun and let go. And I mean, I was really serious. I'm a metal singer, Fuck it.
Wow. This has been fantastic.
So it's her fault.
Fantastic.
Best interview of the year.
I love it. Well, as with Veronica, who we love to death, and I made this offer to you before, Leather, whenever or for no reason at all, if you want to be a part of the show, you just let us know.
Great. I can just call you up and say,
anytime.
Hey, turn the phone lines off. It's great.
Anytime.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Love it.
It's open.
All right, Leather. Well, anything else you want to plug? Any websites, shows, CDs, music, anything?
I'm working on new Chastain now. I'm sure it'll be out sometime in 2015. You can find me at leatherleone.com. And please vote for me. I'm the best female vocalist of 2014. No, I'm being funny. I appreciate everyone that pays any attention to me. Thanks.
Oh, we love it. Are you still working with homeless animals?
Yeah. I do. That's Veronica knows that. It's a kind of I do a lot of pit bull stuff. I do a lot of things that we can't talk about. But yeah, I do a lot of. Well, when I left music, I went into the animal field. I'm a vet tech. I'm a vet nurse, so I got involved in pit bulls, and I do a lot of things in California with them. Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about letting my house go into a foreclosure to become a homeless animal. So I was wondering if perhaps you would take me in if that were to happen.
Are you a pit bull?
I could be.
Are you neutered?
Just put a muzzle on me and I'll be a pit bull.
I'll think about it. I'll let you know. But thanks, you guys. I appreciate it.
All right, Leather. Well, we will let you pick a closing song, take us out of this interview. So what do you think we should play for you?
Can it be mine?
It could be yours. Anything you want to hear.
Although I'd probably rather have a Benedictine song.
Okay.
Can you play Obey for
bitch,
me?
please.
And do it for me?
I will.
Say that Leather Leone wants you to take heed of what she's saying to you.
Okay.
That's it, baby.
What is it?
Obey.
Oh, Obey. Yeah, we love that
Yeah.
song. We love
I heard
it.
that song in the studio before any of you did, and I was floored. So, yeah, I'd like to play that, please.
Yeah, I usually have, premature ejaculations when that one comes on.
Wow. Nothing toward women in metal, of course. I mean, I'm sure.
Oh, no, another top 25 or anything. No.
Veronica, I'll call you later.
All
You
right.
know you will.
Bye, guys. Love you. Thanks.
All right, well, here's
I really do.
Benedictine with Obey exclusively here
On your classic metal show.